believe it or not.
Where?
In the treehouse. So I'll roll that up too in one of the pieces of plastic so we can get that out of here.
This treehouse has been here since I bought the house. Kind of, Justin says the floor is rotted, but
The joists are pretty good.
the joists are pretty good, but I don't want it. Somebody could go up there and get hurt, and then I'll get my ass sued.
That first run, as soon as I stepped on it, it fell through on the ladder.
On the ladder?
Yeah, the very first one, I was like, okay, be careful.
There might be fleas in there too. Cats hang out in there.
It's so soft and wet in there, regardless. Won't take long.
Anyway, it's coming down in 3. Let's see, bought the house in 2017, October. 3 years. 4 years? 4 years.
Couple months.
Couple months, no rent. I haven't paid rent. It's house paid for. Yeah, I'm just taking this video to remember this treehouse. If you look real close, they planted 4 trees almost perfectly to fit that treehouse. I guess they planned it that way. Let's see if I... 1, 2, 3, the 4th one behind there. I guess whoever used to live here used to have kids. It's just not safe anymore. It's raining. It's always raining in Washington in the wintertime. That's why we have lots of water. Boy, I miss the days when I could work hard like that. Okay, here's the end of it. It's all torn down. I'll take that stuff to the dump. About an hour and a half later. Okay, it's a few days later. If I remember right, on the beginning of this video, I'm changing the vent cover right here. This is where the steering column is, right above that. So what I noticed now that I figured out I'm missing the trim piece with the vent in it, I don't have this piece. And so then I start looking. If I had that piece, what would it go into? Well, it turns out I don't have this piece. So then it turns out I don't have this piece. So it's, it's like a never-ending thing. But anyway, so this is right. This like tucks right against the back of your shifting plastic column on the floor. So I got this piece that needs to hook in right there, and it hooks together here, hooks together here, and hooks together there. So now I got to get these pieces. I noticed that underneath my steering column, there was a cover missing. I never realized it until now. So I went upstairs where I keep all my stuff, and I found 2 of those covers, and I'm going to show them to you. But then I noticed that I had a red and a black one. But then I noticed that if you have air conditioning, there's an air conditioning vent that you turn. But one of them, in the black one, was loose. So then I said, well, and one of them was silver and one of them was gold, which is really weird. But since I have gold on the glove compartment side, I'm gonna take the vent out of the red one and stick it in the black one. So you got 2 clips, and you got 2 pads. Here's another pad left over. And here's another spring I broke, trying to figure out how to get it back in. So now I'm going to show you how, I'm going to get as close as I can, I think, to show you how to do this. This is the one that was in there. It's just all, just put your finger on the other side and push. This is just kind of all faded. You know, you could spray paint these whatever color you want. I guess. Why not? You can do whatever you want. It's your car. So here it is. If you got air conditioning, you're going to have this hole. So I took this one out of the red one, but I'll just show you how I did it. So first of all, the clip and the felt piece was missing out of here also. So I took them out of the red one, but you just kind of pry this thing out. It came out kind of easy. So you don't want to lose those. Make sure you do something. Pry this one out. Just push this out. Be careful you don't want, there's two pads in there, you don't want to lose them. I got 3 pads, by the way. So now it's out. So you see this side has a tab on it. You can see that. Make sure that's facing to the back. It's a stop. It hits there and stops it from turning. So right now this thing is really loose. So these felt pads are what keep it tight. If you look really close, well, you can see that. But I can tell it came out. So it goes in that way, the wide piece, the wide way this way. These big old fingers of mine. I think you can turn it upside down too to get it tight again. They look worn out on one side. Put the wide area. So you gotta have it off the ground, off the floor, table. And these 2 clips, there's a little tang on this thing. You know, I want to bend it to make it tighter, but I'm not gonna. So just take that tang, stick it in that groove. This tang goes that way. The other one, same. It looks like too, if these things get crooked, it might hang up on this wheel. Well, let's just try it. See if they fall out. It wouldn't hurt to put a dab of glue there, I guess. So close, open and it's tight. So again, what's holding it tight is that felt piece, and the clips are just holding the vent and the felt piece in. Now I guess if you didn't have these clips, you just have to figure something out. That's all I can say, so that's it. Oh, you know, another thing I just discovered? I always add something. You know, I took pictures of this before I took it apart. But even though I took pictures, like, I forgot how to put it back together. But, so there's my picture. But I still couldn't tell. But this is what I just discovered on my phone. This is an iPhone. So it says 1 by and it says 2 by. Well, if you hold down 2 by, I'm just gonna zoom in on this felt piece, if I can. Where is it? So now I'm gonna go push that. You can zoom it up 10 times. So that's what that thing looks like. So you push it once, you get 2 times, hold it down, slide it, you can go up to 10 times. And magnifying glasses only go up to 3. Let's look at this thing close up, just for the heck of it. If I can find it. Where am I? That's pretty cool. So, you know what? I'm just going to do one more step. I'm going to take a picture of this and see what happens. I'll go 10 times. I guess it took a picture. Yeah. It's too bad you can't zoom back out. Anyway. So, again, I almost bought one of these, but then I said to myself, I'm going to go up and see if I got it. I got a whole box full of plastic stuff. But just looking, so this is how it looks. Make sure these aren't broken. Again, this snaps under the column. Like that, with bolts in there to hold it in, I guess. But if you needed this piece and they don't sell them, you could buy one of these, like an old broken one, and try to ask them to see the back of it and see if these clips are there. Yeah, so just to make that ducting picture a little bit more clear, what I'm talking about is here's the ducting picture I was showing, and here's the dash in front of it. And I found this online. I don't know where they found this. I couldn't find this picture in my manuals anywhere. But the piece that I was working on in the beginning is this piece, and that vent plugs into there. Videos on horns. So I don't have the right horns, but and I just want to show you there's 2 different. If you notice the horns, they're let's see, how do I say that? This one's a little bit longer, and it also says an E and an M. But the problem I have is that I need these brackets to go sideways. And I also let me see. Let me just think about this. And I also need to straighten these brackets out. I need to drill these holes loose and be able to move this. And here's how you adjust your horn, by the way, right there. Little knob. You know, the only way I can test this for sure is to take it up to my car. These horns, but this says weak. I mean, maybe 10 volts. So I don't know what that means. Does that mean it takes more than 10 to run that horn? I don't know. Low on water. I think I'll put some water in it and then I got a charger. Charge it overnight. See what happens.